everybody. Just want to give you a closer, better look at the Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man number 500 by Derjvik. Maybe a little bit. But let's talk about a few comics. I've read some I haven't, and we'll just throw them all out there and see what we can talk about. Okay, Spawn, issue 201. And everybody wasn't overly pleased with the artwork in 200. It was a very nice issue. It was good, nothing totally wrong with it. I think I gave it something like a 7. 7 out of 10 for it. Now this artwork was even better. They definitely delivered with this Simon Kudranski, I can't even pronounce his name, but I'll see if I can show you a page. That is some pretty beautiful artwork. It's been amazing. So it's great. Capallo's cover. And Capallo is one of my favorites for Spawn. This is a very nice look. It does, I say, deliver on that. And story-wise, I mean, it's getting very moody. I think it's going back to more of a horror comic book rather than, you know, the you know, hands on my hip, wide stance superhero kind of book. So it's great. You get to have those supernatural, spooky elements, but this really, it does have a little bit of that superhero element. So, but it's really cool. It's, you know, different from other stuff that I read in that sense. So I enjoy this book. The artwork is great. Now, pricing, you know, $2.95 or $2.99 US, $3 Canada. Can't go wrong with the pricing from Image Comics either. But basically here you have he encounters some vampires, and I think it's Violator. He's trying to work up this army of vampires to you know, I guess go against Jim Downing, but Violator's still of course trying to be his friend or whatever. He reveals himself to the world as this healer. And so he has an interview about that. Nobody calls in. There's no information coming about him. Not even sure if Jim Downing is his real name. But it's kind of neat. So this little thing with the vampires happens before he goes to this interview, and that happens. And then he heals somebody on the show at the end of the book. It's really kind of cool. This kid who hasn't been able to walk or talk since birth, I think it was. So it's really neat. Like I say, it's interesting, this Spawn and this Messiah powers being revealed to the world. It's going to be really interesting. Great stuff. I'm loving this. This is a good time to be picking up Spawn now. It's really great. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, God of War issue number 6. 6 of 6. As you can see, the cover is beautiful. Interiors are amazing, and so this is the conclusion of this God of War story, which is an original story. It's not just an adaptation of the video game story. It's kind of all new, and it's kind of got 2 side stories that connect, you know, or are part of one another. It's all about the what do you call it? Oh, I can't even remember what it's called. Anyways, this healing potion, I can't remember, you know, it's like this godly healing potion. Okay, this ambrosia it is. Yeah, that's really cool. Basically be able to heal all. So anyways, this healing ambrosia, he's in a story. This is kind of an overcap of the whole 6-issue thing. But when he was younger, when he was still human, he was one of the best generals of Sparta, best warriors. And his daughter was stricken with illness by one of the gods. And basically all the gods, the different gods, were having this wager. They were choosing their warriors of these different nations and put upon them, you know, different plagues or situations where they would have needed the healing ambrosia. And they were all going to the same island to where the ambrosia was held, and so by Ares, his daughter was stricken with I don't know, an illness or whatever, kind of like messed up face, like sores and whatnot. Anyways, in Sparta, if you've read the 300 or watched the 300 movie, basically any Spartan that was not perfect, any flaws or defects at birth, or in coming years or whatever, they'd be thrown off the highest cliff in Sparta. So that's basically what's supposed to happen here. He asks his general if he can have some time to try to figure this out. He gives him some time, so it's a race and a fight against all these other warriors of the gods to get to the ambrosia. That finally happens here. He gets the ambrosia, and one of the last warriors, he defeats him and whatnot. And just at the last moment, when his child daughter was thrown over the cliff, he comes swooping in on this giant eagle, saves her, and then from being dropped, and then has a little couple words with his his leader, the king, and is able to give his daughter some of the ambrosia to save her. And then the future story, after in the video game he's defeated Ares, and he's the new god of war. And now this one, there's a group of people who are loyal to Ares and want to resurrect him, and one of the things they need is the ambrosia. So it takes you on the journey where he goes back to the island, which turns out to be a giant Titan monster or whatever that holds the ambrosia on his back, and he destroys the ambrosia so that there is no chance ever for Ares to be resurrected, because Ares is also the one who blinded Kratos, with rage, and accidentally made him kill his wife and daughter. So this is a great story where he saves his daughter, just when she's born, and just everything that he has to go through. It's very touching. I love the whole story of God of War. It's amazing. It really touches on me. But sadly, he ends up killing his family because of Ares later on. So, but it's a great original God of War story. Beautiful pickup. If you haven't picked it up yet, probably have a trade paperback. Oh man, it's amazing, especially if you know the whole story from the God of War video games. It's great. Okay, moving on, because that probably took too long. Okay. Uncanny X-Force, issue number 4. That's great. Great art. Was it Opina? I think White does the colors. Rick Remender doing the writing. Oh, great writing. Uncanny X-Force has been great. Loving it. Basically, in this one, I mean, the cover kind of predicts it. They go finally against this, this resurrected Apocalypse in this child form. And man, oh boy, X-Force, I mean, they got to do what they have to do. Boy, oh boy, and you know it's coming. Basically, spoiler here if you haven't read it, they do kill this, toddler Apocalypse. And even though you know it's kind of coming, just how it all plays out and where it ends is just shocking. I knew it was coming, but wow, how it all plays out and how it ends, wow, I was just going, whoa, like it's crazy. I mean, it's insane what they got to do, but you feel that it's justified and everything. Just wow, amazing stuff. And Remender's supposed to be coming out with, supposed to be writing the new Venom stuff that's coming out, and I'll talk about that, guys, later, because I got some cool news about that, so we'll save that for later. But yeah, Uncanny X-Force, beautiful stuff, gotta pick it up. X-23, issue number 5. I'm gonna say right now, I can't remember much what happens, so it's kind of X-23 is kind of a flat line thing for me right now. I will say this has been better than the X-23 Goes to Hell. I think this is a lot better. Her and Gambit, and basically, Laura here, she's on her own and she's trying to find her own way. She comes in contact with this clone girl, and anyways, they go back to this Lady Sinister hideout, and supposedly she all is kind of good, and she's taking care of all these different kids and whatnot, and saying that she doesn't have his, even though she's kind of a clone of Mr. Sinister, that she doesn't have all of his knowledge, and that she's different and supposedly better than Mr. Sinister. But that turns out, I guess, to be different at the end. So I will say this has been better than the X-23 Goes to Hell. I'm still kind of playing it out. Depends where it goes. We'll see whether I pick up or drop it. But for this next storyline, gonna continue it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Namor, the First Mutant, issue number 6, and as you can see there, Namor Goes to Hell. So with that, you do have a connection, which I thought was really cool, to the events of Wolverine and Wolverine Goes to Hell. It was really kind of cool. Basically, there was how Wolverine clawed his way out of Hell, and that kind of thinned the lines between, our world and Hell, and Namor was sucked through, I don't know, the power of the amulet that one girl I was talking about in the previous issue had, this Atlantean amulet that could help you breathe underwater, and so basically he's in this type of hell with these 3 old Atlantean kings. So I love that connection. I've been iffy about continuing Namor, and I told you last time at issue 5, I read the first arc, 1 through 4. 5 was kind of a standalone of sorts, but some of that stuff does continue into this issue. And so far I'm still impressed. Was it Olivier's art all the way through? That helps a lot too, because that's beautiful art. And so yeah, I'm